Hello, this is Scotty Reed with a Black Talk Radio News Report. And on this particular report, we will be taking a look at comments made by Van Jones. Van Jones has been known as a community organizer. At one point, he was part of the Obama administration as his, I think, green energy czar. Because he had signed the 911 truth petition. He was ran out of the Obama administration, but he made some comments on CNN recently, I think it was today, that I find quite interesting, and it could be wishful thinking, but the comments that he made on CNN, he was saying that, making a statement that the Clintons were done in terms of their control over the Democratic Party. I have a question. Is he correct, or is this wishful thinking? So let's go ahead and take a listen to those comments from Van Jones made on CNN.
When Hillary Clinton had a chance to make a VP pick, she didn't pick someone from the progressive wing, which made it much harder to heal those wounds with the Sanders and Elizabeth Warren wing. Keith Ellison represents that wing very, very well. You also, I think, have to remember that Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are going to be there on the Senate floor every day. That's going to be an important part. You have to understand, I think, that the Clinton days are over. This idea that we're going to be this moderate party that's going to move in this direction, that's going to throw blacks under the bus for criminal justice reform and or for prison expansion, that's going to throw workers under the bus for NAFTA, those days are over. You can't run and hide. You got to be an authentic person from the beginning. You're going to be judged based on your authentic commitment to the actual base of this party, and if you don't do that, you can't win.
Okay, so that was the comments from Van Jones about the Clintons' control over the Democratic Party. Now, I tend to, I don't know, to be honest with you. I just have to say we will wait and see. The Clinton Foundation is still under investigation related to the charity scam that they have been running through the Global Clinton Initiative and the Clinton Foundation. Right now, their donors have dried up. And isn't that evidence, to me, that's circumstantial evidence that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and Chelsea Clinton, it's a family affair, have been running a pay-to-play scheme through the Clinton Foundation. It has been documented, all the foreign donations that they have taken. Now that she has lost to Donald Trump, nobody's donating. In fact, Bill Clinton just recently said that he will match contributions up to $200,000. So nobody's donating because Hillary Clinton will not be in the Oval Office. She will not occupy the executive branch of the U.S. government, and therefore she won't be able to deliver on her pay-to-play promises to those who had been given to the Clinton Foundation. As I have reported in the past, there is a civil war going on within the Democratic Party between the progressive wing and the Clinton-Obama Democrats. You heard Van Jones mention Keith Ellison, the congressman out of Minnesota, is running to take over the, I guess, we can say without a doubt that the DNC was a corrupt or is a corrupt organization, political foundation. So this is what we're seeing here. I don't know if Van Jones is correct or not. Let's wait and see what happens to the Clinton Foundation. Let's wait and see what happens to those investigations. But I hope that he is correct. As long as Obama has any say in the Democratic Party, I think the Clintons will continue to use him. He is more along the Clinton Democratic line. He is not a progressive, never has been a progressive, and we've had to fight this man to push forth progressive issues. And right now, he is endorsing a current member of his cabinet, Mr. Perez. And coming out against Keith Ellison. Keith Ellison is also suffering unwarranted, undignified attacks on his character as the Jews of the Democratic Party are coming out and smearing him with claims of anti-Semitism, which is ridiculous. But this is what is going on in the Democratic Party. I will say, if they do hope to survive as a party, if they hope to grow as a party, if they hope to win future elections, that they are going to have to move to the left. They are really going to have to take up the progressive causes, because that is what the people want. They want change. Now, I have to say, I don't think that most people wanted change or saw change coming from Donald Trump, but he is not seen as an establishment candidate as Clinton was. And so right now, we can only hope that the Clintons are done with. I will wait and see, but I just want to reiterate that I agree with Van Jones on the fact that the Democratic Party will continue to lose elections as the millennials will no longer be duped, or they're not being duped because of independent media and social media, where the corporate media no longer is the conduit for people to get their political news, and they're very upset about that they haven't been able to lie to people, to manipulate people through mainstream media. This is evident with the signing of the NDAA 2017, which Obama just signed on Christmas Day, that it contains legislation that it is an attack on independent media, calling it propaganda, calling it fake news, and what have you. So we will see what the future of the Democratic Party looks like if Tom Perez, I think that's his name, becomes the DNC chairman. I think those who have exited the Democratic Party, those who have not exited at this point, you should do so. You should do so. Like Malcolm X once said back in the 60s, and the same applies today. Because of black voters, it's the reason that a lot of Democrats get into the presidency. This is Malcolm X talking back in the 1960s. But we have millennial black voters who are not falling for, the boogeyman effect, where, they don't really, the Democrats don't really do anything or put forth any kind of policy issues that the people want, and they simply rely on the Republican Party being the big boogeyman and who else you're going to vote for. Well, this past election, quite a few voters said, well, we won't vote for anyone, or we will vote for a third party candidate. Hence, that is why Clinton lost. So is the Democratic Party going to learn this lesson that it can no longer take votes for granted, or are they going to continue on with this neoliberal policy position, which is why they lost this last election? This has been Scotty Reed with a Black Talk Radio News Report.